everybody. We're getting straight into it. This is the finals at Topeka, Kansas, Heartland Park. We're midway through race one here. We qualified in second place, and Tom up there, Tom O'Gorman, who's leading the championship and who's won almost every race all season, is kicking our butts just again, and I'm having a heck of a time even trying to stay with him. I'm pretty sure he's toying with us this first race. But either way, watching back some of these videos, I'm seeing a few more deficiencies in my car, which, I don't know. It's tough when you're driving versus what you see on a screen, but I might have changed a few things, but I don't think we would have necessarily had the pace to win. But either way, I'll show you. These are a couple of my better laps from this race. I'm running the Bridgestone RE71 RS in this race, and they are a very grippy tire, but they feel like trash on my car. They feel squishy as crap, and the car does not want to change directions. It takes forever to take a set. And I thought there was something broken on my car when I put them on, because I was trying to track down why it handled like such garbage. But it did not care for, or my car did not like them. I mean, you can definitely feel the level of grip is higher on them versus pretty much all the other tires that we run. And the potential is definitely there, and obviously the ASM guys have definitely found that potential, and it's obviously working on their cars. But on this car, at least with whatever setup I had really wide wheels for those tires too, so they were stretched pretty bad. That could have been part of the problem, but the car felt terrible on them, and I just kept trying to drive through it, and I changed a million different things on the chassis during our practice day, trying to get these tires to feel better and to do what I wanted them to do. So I mean, we weren't even close in qualifying. Tom was out there second and a half faster than us, which is a mile in racing, and kind of embarrassing. But anyway, yeah, so this is race one. Robert Thorne had qualified, I don't know, 6th or 7th or something, and he was on, I think, some old Kumos for qualifying, but then he found some of Tom's old used Bridgestones, and he put those on, and all of a sudden he was flying too. He was pretty much the fastest one on the track most laps here. He caught up to us relatively quickly, probably midway through the race, and then I think his tires fell off because he was pushing so hard. And then he was right about the same pace until the last lap or two, and my tires were absolutely gone, and then he was all over me the last couple laps. But I was able to hold off second place, and things were looking okay, especially for the championship. I had almost no chance of catching Tom anyway, so my biggest goal was to beat Andy, and Andy had an issue in this first race, and he had to pull off. So not only did I get second, but he got 0 points for this race, so I was in great shape. Until the start of race 2. Here we are, race 2, gridded 3rd position, and things are about to not go great. So we get the green flag, and I give Tom a nice little nudge, and trying to make sure those two are side by side. I'm on the rev limiter right about here, and then I have no power steering. I'm turning and turning, and the cars, I realize I have no power steering, that my belt has flown off, and I'm just trying to get out of the way. I should have probably stayed in the gas a little bit more. Thankfully, Jackson Jensen avoided me, and everybody else that was close. I'm sorry if I caused any problems for you, but that's the end of my race 2, and basically the end of my chances for the weekend. So I found a little spot here to back in and just get out of the way so the race could continue, and this is it.
Well, that really sucks. Yeah, I'm in a safe spot. No, it would have blown the engine. It's that's coolant and everything. Thanks, babe.
So with that DNF for race 2, that means race 3 I'm starting in the back along with Matt Waldbaum and Eric Jensen and maybe a couple other guys that didn't finish. Got an awesome start. I don't know if these guys were like looking at their phones or what, but meanwhile there's a crash happening to our left. Everyone's going all over the place. I think his name is Jason in the Porsche. Flew off to the right there to avoid stuff. That was awesome. Not for him, but awesome that people are making good decisions in split seconds like that. Because it's a series where we certainly want no car contact, but that is not what happened in this race. This race was wild from start to finish. That was the start, and what you'll see out of my windshield is pretty scary for most of the race. So now we're expecting a yellow flag at some point. There's no doubt going to be a full course yellow because we had 2 cars in the wall at the start. But the goal right now is pass as many cars as you can before you see a yellow flag. And the pace difference is so weird here, so it's tough to... You haven't raced these guys all weekend, so you don't quite know where they're going to go hard or where they're fast or slow or whatever, but just trying to pass as many cars as you can. Then I see a yellow flag. I always put my hand out the window. If your net allows you to do so, I'd love it if everyone else started doing that too. If you know there's a double yellow or any like a red flag or something else where there needs to be attention paid, throw your hand out the window so others can see it. So here we are coming to the restart. I got a terrible restart, although everyone fans out and there's nowhere to go. So, and there's, I don't know what's going on. But now it's just trying to pick our way through a little bit slower traffic here. And again, my number one goal is always no contact. So I'm not racing as hard as some would. Some people will look at this and be like, oh man, you're a pansy or whatever. But here's another time we basically had to stop on track. That did not help our forward progress in this race at all. Instead of trying to swerve around the blue car, not knowing if somebody's coming flying by, I decided just to tuck in until I was confident I could get by. And we're still just on damage control. I know there's not going to be many laps to this race, but I'm trying to get as many as I can because race 4 has a random invert, and I'm hoping to be up using that invert so that I can get to the front and maybe win the last race of the weekend. See the BMW early apex and lost his drive out of the corner, so that helped me out. I think this is coming to the white flag, maybe. I can't even tell from the little screen I'm watching right now. We're just trying to get set up. These guys are quite a bit slower through here than the fast guys. Set up so I can have somewhere to go. Now my buddy Eric Jensen had a subframe break and spun, and that unfortunately took out Savannah. That didn't really cost me any time, but stinks for both of them, especially Savannah, who's just an innocent bystander trying to make the right decision on where to go when a car is spinning. And that's you think you make the right choice, and she thought she did until she thought she was cleared, and then all of a sudden, bang. She did a great job of keeping it off the wall, too, because the car was aimed right at the wall. Here's Jeremy Boyson being a real fine gentleman. He did not have to do that, but he let me by. He knows, some people don't know this, but when there's a car that's passing you that's seconds a lap faster than you, you're usually better off for your own race to just let them by in a good spot versus trying to race them, because then you slow them both down. But some people love to race. They see a purple car and they're like, oh dude, this is my chance to put it make them fight for it, which that's their right. They're racing too, but for their own sake, they're better off typically just letting you by. But anyway, now I guess we're coming to the last lap. I believe this is Felipe in front of me here. Got quite a bit more speed through here. And I was going to go low, so is he, so I decided to go high. And just dive in a little bit harder than him, and we're able to clear him pretty easy. Made that nice and easy for us, so that was great. Now we're just trying to pick off as many cars as we possibly can. This gentleman up here is a new guy named Tony. Had an awesome introduction to Gridlife. He had an engine blow up before we even got to race, and the awesome guys at Motorsports helped him so that he's able to race. He gave me plenty of room there, and I was late to turn in, so I had to lift. It was my own stupid fault. I mean, there's no danger there, but I could have carried more speed if I had turned in earlier. Anyway, great guy from what I have met of him, and he was able to race the weekend, so hopefully he'll be back. Coming up to the last few turns, this is Scott Robertson here. I thought it was Maton. Not that that makes any difference, but their cars look nearly identical. We might have to put like a flag on top that says I'm Scott and I'm Maton. But anyway, I was able to run it around the outside and then dive in here, and then I saw he was going for an over-under, so I got back to gas as fast as I could, and because there's so much room to carry out there to the right, so I was able to get that last position and moved up to 12th. Now here we are, race 4, last race. Invert was 9, so I'm still starting 12th. I've got a couple of Myriad Motorsports cars in front of me, and I'm off to the left here because I'm trying to see the flag. I get a nice jump, and I decide to go left, and thankfully, it's tough with the sun where it is. It's tough to see sometimes, and I'm so thankful that Hans saw me there on the left of him, and otherwise that could have been bad like earlier. So that was very nice that he had the awareness there to see me, and we were able to continue racing, and he got ahead of me for quite a while. Austin's on the same tires as I am. Austin's in front of me right here, and he was having trouble with grip early in the race, so we were able to, I mean, it took us a while to get around him, but you can definitely see the speed difference. It seemed like nobody wanted to stay on the track this weekend. It was just dust and dirt everywhere because people are off track constantly, which is kind of frustrating, especially for those that stay on the track, but whatever. Here we would have had a nice run, but Austin slipped. His rear tires just weren't up to grip, and he slipped. So otherwise we would have had a nice run past Heath there. So now it's just trying to find somebody to break free so that we can make a move and start picking off some cars. They're mostly by Hans there. They're seemed like he braked a little early, so I just put it on the inside just in case he did brake early. That way he left plenty of room, so I was able to go around the outside quite easily. Now I just have to carry my speed through here, make sure I clear him, and then I can turn down. And next on the list is Jackson Jensen. Great young man, getting better and better at racing. If I remember correctly, I think this is the lap where he hits a banana peel or something. You'll see here in just a second. Coming up to the 8, 9, whatever turn they are. Coming up here in just a few seconds. He exits stage left, if I remember correctly. On, we got Zach Lavoie, who, by the way, is we're going to call him like the man of the year. He's I forget what the actual term is, but racer of the year is what he was voted on by his peers. Always fun to race with, and even better to hang out with in the paddock. He's always got a smile on his face. Awesome dude. He's what we want to exemplify in this series is like just great people racing and having fun. But he pinched himself so bad on maybe the most important corner of the track, so it was easy for Coutil and I to get by. So Coutil and I are just drag racing, and there you hear Coutil lift like a fine gentleman. He's not running ABS, and he knows that I'm faster, so he just tucks in behind me, which was great because now we can move forward. So all this messing around with all these other guys has slowed us down significantly. So we've got a humongous gap up to the next pack. And I think Matan is the only guy left that we're able to pass. There's our next victim, Matan. I don't know if he lifted for the turn or missed a shift or what, but he lost a ton of speed there. So we're able to get up next to him. And he rammed it in there nice and hard. So I'll just wait for him and then get back to gas before he's got it figured out. And that's about it. So I'm pushing as hard as I can here because the next group of guys is all the ASM guys. Not all of them, but most of them. They're running up there really fast. So, well, this race was kind of fun at the end because I was able to set clean laps, and once I finally stopped messing around, I was able to set the fastest lap of the race, which was nice. It was the last lap. It's this one right here that I'm showing you. And I'm also going to take this time to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all the support over the year. We had an awesome year. We were the most consistent car. We were, up until this failure we had with the belt flying off, our average finish was 2.5, which was quite a bit better than anybody else. Even though we barely won any races, we only won 5 races this year. And we definitely did not have the car to beat at most of the tracks. But we were able to stick in there and just do our best, and hopefully this next season we'll have maybe a little bit better chance with some different rules to give maybe the heavier cars a little chance at some of these smaller tracks. But I might also take a different technique or a different thought process and maybe try and make the car as light as possible, maybe get some weight off my big fat body. Not sure yet. We will see once the rules come out. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I appreciate the support and the love, and at this point the plan is to head back next year and just take another shot at this. We'll do some off-season car stuff. I haven't decided for sure what I'm going to do yet, but I've got a number of ideas. Nothing that really makes the car faster, but stuff that I've wanted to do for a long time, like rip out this cage and build one that actually fits me so I can sit like a normal human being in the car instead of laying down like a F1 driver. But anyway, there's the end of it. There's the champion right there, Tom O'Gorman. It's awesome racing with him. I sure hope they come back next year, because I love the challenge, and he is the best driver I've ever raced against. And man, the challenge just makes it that much more fun for me. So congrats to Tom. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate you.